Before you can become unstoppable, you must understand that every day begins with a choice. A choice to either drift aimlessly or to step intentionally into purpose. Your morning is the foundation of your entire day. If you wake up scattered, distracted, and unfocused, the rest of the day will follow that same pattern. But if you start your morning with clarity, vision, and prayer, you set the tone for everything that follows. The first moments after you open your eyes are powerful. They are the moments when your heart, mind, and spirit are most impressionable. Too many people waste these sacred minutes scrolling through their phones, comparing themselves to others, or worrying about yesterday's problems. But if you truly desire to be unstoppable, you must make a habit of owning your morning. That starts by visualizing the life you are working toward and aligning yourself with it before the world tries to pull you in every direction. When you wake up, take a moment to remind yourself of your vision, your reason for waking up, your bigger why, your calling. Picture the goals you want to achieve, not as distant dreams, but as realities you are stepping into. Speak words of affirmation over yourself. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I am moving toward my destiny. These declarations are not just empty words. They are seeds planted in the soil of your spirit. What you speak consistently is what you begin to believe, and what you believe is what you will act upon as you speak life into your day. Combine that with prayer. Prayer is not just asking God for blessings. It is aligning your heart with His plan. It is opening yourself up to divine guidance and strength, acknowledging that you cannot do this alone. Prayer centers you. It calms your fears. It silences the noise. And it connects you to a source of power greater than yourself. This quiet time in the morning should not be rushed. Even if it is just 10 minutes, protect it fiercely. The world will always demand your attention. Emails, messages, responsibilities. But you must learn to set boundaries and say, before I give myself to the world, I will first give myself to God and my vision. That simple discipline will make you stronger than most people around you. While others are running through life into everything, you will be living intentionally, guided by purpose and not by pressure. Your morning vision time is like sharpening your sword before battle. If you step into the day unprepared, you will find yourself cutting through challenges with a dull blade, frustrated and tired. But if you start with clarity and prayer, you will face the same challenges with confidence, strength, and direction. This habit also trains your subconscious mind. When you begin your day by visualizing success, your mind begins to seek out the opportunities and actions that align with that vision. It is not magic, it is focus. What you repeatedly think about expands. If you start your morning with thoughts of limitation, you will find yourself making decisions that keep you small. But if you start with thoughts of abundance and faith, you will naturally gravitate toward actions that grow you. Prayer enhances this by helping you discern what you cannot control while empowering you to take charge of what you can. It creates a balance between humility and confidence, reminding you that while you are capable, you are also connected to a higher power that can open doors you cannot open on your own. Many people underestimate the power of the morning because they treat it as routine, but extraordinary people understand that habits shape destiny. Greatness does not come from big, dramatic decisions. It comes from the small, consistent actions repeated daily. Every unstoppable leader, innovator, or visionary you admire has some form of morning ritual that grounds and guides them. They understand that how they start determines how they finish. When you create a habit of starting your day with vision and prayer, you build resilience. Life will throw challenges at you. People will doubt you. Obstacles will test you. But because you have already aligned your spirit with strength and clarity before the chaos begins, you will stand firm while others are shaken. So decide today that you will no longer wake up and hand your power over to distractions. Instead, take control of your morning. Speak life into yourself. Visualize where you are going. Pray for wisdom, strength, and direction. Every single day that you do this, you are laying brick toward an unshakable foundation. Over time, you will notice that you are no longer easily discouraged, no longer easily distracted, and no longer easily defeated. You will begin to feel unstoppable, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is not glamorous. It is not always exciting. But it is the foundation of every unstoppable person you've ever admired. Without discipline, talent is wasted, potential is buried, and dreams remain unrealized. To become unstoppable, you must develop the daily habit of disciplining both your mind and your body. Your mind is the command center of your life, and your body is the vehicle through which you take action. If either one is weak, your progress will be hindered. Far too often, people try to achieve big goals while letting their thoughts run wild and their bodies fall into laziness. They wonder why they cannot find the strength to keep going. The truth is that consistency and self-control are the muscles you must build if you want to carry the weight of your destiny. Training your mind begins with controlling what you allow into it. Every thought you entertain has the power to build you or break you. If you constantly dwell on fear, doubt, and failure, you will create a reality that matches those thoughts. But when you intentionally feed your mind with empowering beliefs, uplifting content, and solutions instead of problems, you reprogram your thinking to focus on growth rather than limitations. This is why you must be careful about the voices you listen to, the content you consume, and the words you repeat to yourself. Every day, set aside time to strengthen your mind. Listen to motivational teachings and speak affirmations that align with your purpose. Mental discipline is about taking control of your inner world so that the outer world cannot control you. Equally important is the discipline of your body. Your body is the vessel that carries your vision into reality. And when you neglect it, you limit your potential. Success requires energy, and energy comes from how well you treat your body. This means fueling yourself with healthy food, moving your body through exercise, and getting enough rest to function at your best. Some people pray for success, but sabotage themselves by living without physical discipline. They want to climb mountains, but cannot endure because they are constantly exhausted, unfocused, and unprepared. When you discipline your body, you train yourself to do hard things even when you do not feel like it. Every time you push yourself to wake up early, to exercise, to choose healthy over easy, you are teaching yourself that feelings do not control you. You control them. Discipline also involves how you manage your time. Time is your most valuable resource, and yet so many wasted on distractions that bring no return. When you become intentional about your schedule, you stop living on autopilot and start living on assignment. Set clear priorities for your day and stick to them. If you say you will work on your goals at a certain time, keep that promise to yourself. Self-respect grows every time you follow through on your own commitments. The more disciplined you become, the more you realize that freedom is not found in doing whatever you feel like. It is found in doing what is necessary to create the life you desire. Discipline is not punishment, it is preparation. It molds you into someone strong enough to handle the blessings you are asking for. Many people admire successful individuals but fail to see the quiet, consistent habits that got them there. The person who seems unstoppable today became that way by repeatedly choosing discipline over comfort. They built mental strength by rejecting negative thoughts and replacing them with empowering ones. They built physical strength by making small daily sacrifices that improve their health and energy. They built productive lives by refusing to waste time on meaningless activities. These habits are not dramatic, they are simple, but powerful when practiced daily. If you can discipline your mind to focus, discipline your body to act, and discipline your time to align with your goals, you will separate yourself from the majority of people who quit as soon as things get hard. Discipline is not about perfection. There will be days you fall short, but the key is to keep getting back up. Over time, discipline becomes part of who you are. It becomes automatic. You no longer negotiate with yourself about whether to do what you know you need to do. You simply do it. That is when you become unstoppable. Because while others are still waiting for motivation to show up, you've already built habits that carry you forward. Success is not about luck, it is about habits. And the daily habit of disciplining your mind and body will prepare you to handle the opportunities, challenges, and responsibilities that come with greatness. When you master discipline, you no longer fear failure because you know that your consistency will eventually create the results you desire. You become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you have trained yourself to get stronger. Growth is not accidental, it is intentional. You cannot become unstoppable if you stop stretching, or if you stop feeding your mind and spirit. Every day that you fail to invest in your growth is a day that keeps you stuck in the same place. You cannot expect new results while clinging to old habits and old knowledge. The world is constantly evolving, opportunities are shifting, and challenges are changing. If you are not growing, you are falling behind. That is why one of the most powerful daily habits you can build is the commitment to feed your growth deliberately. This means setting aside time every single day to learn, to reflect, and to sharpen your skills so that opportunities come, you are ready to seize them. What you feed will grow. If you feed your doubts, they will grow stronger. If you feed your fears, they will take over your decisions. But if you feed your faith, your courage, and your purpose, they will grow so strong that no obstacle can shake you. You must make a conscious decision every day about what you are consuming mentally and spiritually. Read books that challenge you to think differently. Listen to podcasts, speeches, or teachings that uplift and inspire you. Study the people who have accomplished what you desire and learn from their journeys. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools you can acquire, but only if you apply it. Too many people learn for entertainment rather than transformation. Do not just consume information, implement it. Take one thing you learn each day and ask yourself, how can I apply this to my life right now? Feeding your growth also means surrounding yourself with conversations that elevate you. Spend time with people who challenge your thinking, who expand your perspective, and who push you toward excellence. The company you keep either feeds your growth or starves it. If you spend your days listening to negativity, gossip, and complaints, you are feeding your mind poison. But when you intentionally place yourself in environments that encourage ambition, faith, and discipline, you are watering the seeds of your future. Growth does not happen in comfort. It happens when you stretch yourself beyond what feels easy. Every time you push yourself to learn something new, to try something uncomfortable, or to engage with someone wiser than you, you are growing stronger. Another part of feeding your growth is developing your skills. You cannot pray for opportunities and then fail to prepare for them. If you want to be unstoppable, you must become excellent in what you do. Mediocrity will never create the life you dream of. Excellence is built through constant practice, through refining your craft day after day. Set aside time daily to improve your abilities, whether it's learning a new strategy, developing a talent, or strengthening a weakness. Growth happens in the small, consistent moments, effort that compound over time. One day, you will look back and realize that the person you became was shaped not by one big event, but by the countless days you chose to invest in yourself when no one was watching. Feeding your growth is also about personal reflection. Take time to pause and evaluate your actions, your mindset, and your progress. Growth is not just about adding more knowledge. It is also about unlearning the beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. Ask yourself daily, what is holding me back? What do I need to release to move forward? Self-awareness is a powerful form of growth because it helps you recognize the patterns that limit you. When you confront those patterns, you create space for better ones to take root. Every day, commit to being a little better than yesterday, even if the progress is small. Growth is rarely loud or obvious. It is quiet, consistent, and powerful. Do not wait for the right time to start growing. The right time is always now. Successful people are not more talented. They are simply more intentional. They learn while others scroll. They learn while others complain. They practice while others procrastinate. Over time, their small investments compound into massive success. If you want to be unstoppable, you must outgrow your excuses. You cannot keep saying, I don't have time. You make time what you value. And if you value growth, you will prioritize it, even if it means waking up earlier, saying no to distractions, or using idle moments to learn instead of wasting them. When you commit to feeding your growth daily, you are preparing for the future you desire. You may not see the results immediately, but one day opportunities will come, and you will be ready while others are scrambling. The person who grows every day becomes unstoppable because they never stagnate. They are always evolving, always improving, always stepping into a higher version of themselves. Growth is the fuel of destiny. The more you feed it, the stronger and more capable you become to handle the life you are praying for. The people and environments you surround yourself with have the power to either push you forward or hold you back, no matter how talented or motivated you are. If you are constantly in the company of negativity, doubt, and small-minded thinking, it will eventually poison your spirit. Energy is contagious. When you are around people who complain, who gossip, who live without vision, their attitudes seep into your mindset. Before you know it, you start thinking smaller, doubting yourself more, and lowering your standards to match theirs. If you want to become unstoppable, you must create a habit of intentionally surrounding yourself with positive energy, people, places, and influences that lift you up, challenge you to grow, and remind you of your potential when you forget it yourself. Take a close look at the people in your life. Are they pushing you toward your purpose or pulling you away from it? Do they speak life into your dreams or constantly feed you reasons why you cannot succeed? You cannot afford to spend your time with people who drain you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Relationships are powerful. They can either build you or break you. Some people are dream killers, not because they are evil, but because they cannot see beyond their own limitations. If you continue to stay too close to those who fear growth, they will project that fear onto you. That is why you must learn to be selective about who has access to your mind and heart. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Some people are meant to watch your journey from afar, not to walk beside you on it. Surrounding yourself with positive energy does not mean everyone around you will always agree with you or make you feel comfortable. In fact, the right people will sometimes challenge you, confront your excuses, and hold you accountable when you fall short. Positive energy is not about flattery. It is about being in environments where growth is encouraged, where faith is nurtured, and where ambition is celebrated. When you are around people who believe in excellence, you naturally start raising your own standard. Their passion fuels your passion. Their courage reminds you to be courageous. Their success shows you that your own success is possible. It is difficult to remain small-minded when you consistently interact with people who think big, dream big, and live with intention. The environments you place yourself in matter just as much as the people. If your surroundings are constant, chaotic, uninspiring, or full of distractions, it will be harder to focus on your vision. Create spaces that breathe life into you. Places where you can think clearly, where you can pray, plan, and work without constant noise. Even if it is just a small corner in your home, make it a place where you can align with your purpose every day. Fill your environment with reminders of your goals, quotes, vision boards, or anything that keeps your focus on where you are going. The atmosphere you live and work in has a subtle but powerful effect on your energy. If you are always in places that drain you, you will feel tired before you even begin. But when you are in an environment that inspires you, you show up with more creativity, focus, and strength. Positive energy also comes from what you consume daily. The books you read, the videos you watch, the music you listen to. All of these things feed your spirit. You cannot expect to live an empowered life while constantly consuming negativity. Make it a habit to fill your mind with words of faith, success stories, and knowledge that fuels your growth. Just as you would not eat junk food every day and expect a healthy body. You cannot feed your mind junk and expect a healthy mindset. Be intentional about choosing content that encourages, educates, and elevates you. Sometimes surrounding yourself with positive energy also means letting go of relationships that no longer serve your growth. This is not easy, but it is necessary. You cannot climb higher while carrying the weight of people who refuse to move forward. It does not mean you hate them or look down on them. It means you recognize that your path requires different associations. There are seasons in life when you must distance yourself from certain people to protect your focus. If you want to be unstoppable, you cannot apologize for protecting your peace and guarding your energy. When you make this a daily habit, choosing the right people, the right environments, and the right influences, you will notice a shift in how you think and act. Your confidence will grow because you are no longer surrounded by doubt. Your vision will become clear because you are no longer distracted by negativity. Your progress will accelerate because you are being pushed instead of pulled back. Unstoppable people are intentional about who they let into their lives. They know that one negative voice can plant seeds of doubt that take root if left unchecked. But when you surround yourself with positive, faith-filled, and growth-minded energy, you build a shield around your spirit that makes you stronger than the challenges you face. This habit will not just change your mindset, it will change your life. The right people will connect you to opportunities, open doors you could not open alone, and speak words into your life at the exact moment you need them. The right environment will spark creativity and focus that you never thought possible. The right influences will remind you of who you are when life tries to make you forget. When you protect your circle, your energy, and your surroundings, you position yourself to grow without unnecessary distractions. And in that space of intentional positivity, you become unstoppable. Not because life stops being hard, because you have built a support system, an attitude that keeps you moving forward no matter what. Dreams without action are only wishes. You can pray, plan, and visualize all day, but nothing will change until you move. Taking fearless action every day is the habit. Separates those who achieve greatness from those who only talk about it. Fear will always whisper reasons why you should wait. You're not ready yet. What if you fail? What will people think? But unstoppable people understand that fear is not a stop sign. It is a sign that they are stepping into something greater. The difference between the successful is that successful people act even when they are scared. They refuse to let fear dictate their decisions. They know that action creates clarity while hesitation creates regret. You do not have to take huge leaps every single day. Sometimes fearless action looks like small steps, making the phone call, applying for the opportunity, writing the first page, starting the workout, or posting your work for the world to see. These steps may feel insignificant in the moment, but compounded over time, they create unstoppable momentum. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap because the perfect moment does not exist. If you wait until you feel completely ready, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. Growth happens when you take the first step and figure out the rest along the way. Every day you delay is another day wasted, another opportunity missed, another piece of your potential left untapped. Taking fearless action also means rejecting excuses. Excuses feel comfortable because they protect you from failure, but they also protect you from success. You will never run out of reasons to postpone your dreams. Too busy, too tired, not enough money, not enough knowledge. But unstoppable people learn to act despite imperfection. They know that starting messy is better than not starting at all. Every master wants a beginner. Every great success story started with uncertainty. The difference is that they move forward anyway. Action, even imperfect action, will often produce more results than endless planning with no execution. Fearless action is not about recklessness, it is about courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite fear. When you take action every day, you teach yourself that fear does not control you. Each time you face what scares you, your confidence grows. What once felt impossible begins to feel normal. The very thing that terrified you becomes part of your new comfort zone. That is how you expand your capacity, by repeatedly choosing bravery over comfort. You cannot discover how strong you are until you step into situations that require your strength. Consistency in action is what turns small efforts into extraordinary results. You cannot go to the gym once and expect to be fit. You cannot work on your dream for a week and expect massive success. Becoming unstoppable requires showing up every single day, even when you do not feel like it. There will be days when motivation is nowhere to be found. But if you have built the habit of taking action regardless of feelings, you will keep moving forward. Feelings are temporary, but the results of consistent action last a lifetime. The people who achieve what others only dream about are those who refuse to quit, even on the hard days. Taking fearless action also attracts opportunities. When you put yourself out there, when you show the world you are serious about your goals, doors begin to open. People notice consistency. They notice courage. They notice effort. The right connections, resources, and blessings often come to those who are already in motion, not to those sitting on the sidelines waiting. Action creates visibility, and visibility leads to possibility. Too many people hide their talents, waiting for validation before they move. But validation comes after you take action, not before. The world cannot celebrate what it cannot see. There is power in simply starting. Once you take the first step, the second step becomes easier. Momentum builds with movement. If you wait until you feel fearless, you will never move because fear never fully disappears. Even the most successful people still feel fear when they step into something new. The difference is that they move anyway. They have trained themselves to act in spite of fear, to fail forward and to learn as they go. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every setback a stepping stone. Every failure a teacher. The more action you take, the more resilient you become. Resilience is what makes you unstoppable. Each day ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today that will move me closer to my goals? Then do it no matter how uncomfortable it feels. One phone call, one email, 1 hour of focused work, one small risk that pushes you out of your comfort zone. These small daily actions may not seem like much, but they compound into big results over time. Action builds habits, and habits build destiny. The more you act, the more your self-belief grows. The more your self-belief grows, the bolder your actions become. Eventually, you will look back and realize that the fear that once held you back no longer has power over you. Unstoppable people are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who refuse to be controlled by it. They understand that life rewards movement, not hesitation. They do not wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan. They move, and because they move, opportunities meet them along the way. When you make the daily habit of taking fearless action, you will begin to see doors open that you never thought possible. You will realize that you are far more capable than you imagine. And with every step you take, you will become stronger, braver, and truly unstoppable. Becoming unstoppable is not about being fearless, perfect, or having every answer. It is about building habits that strengthen your mind, sharpen your focus, and push you to grow every single day. When you start your morning with vision and prayer, you align yourself with purpose before the world tries to distract you. When you discipline your mind and body, you develop the consistency that success demands. When you feed your growth daily, you prepare for opportunities long before they arrive. When you surround yourself with positive energy, you protect your spirit and create an environment where your dreams can thrive. And when you take fearless action every day, you transform intention into reality and momentum into success. These habits are not complicated, but they require commitment. They require you to choose growth over comfort, discipline over excuses, and courage over fear. Greatness is not built overnight. It is built day by day, choice by choice, habit by habit. If you practice these principles daily, you will begin to notice a shift in your mindset, your confidence, and your results. You will no longer be controlled by fear, by doubt, or by the opinions of others. You will rise above distractions, setbacks, and limitations because you have trained yourself to keep moving forward no matter what. The truth is, no one can stop you except you. Life will test you, people may doubt you, and fear will try to paralyze you. But if you commit to these daily habits, nothing will be able to hold you down. You will be stronger, wiser, and more focused than you have ever been. So decide today that you will no longer wait for the perfect moment, that you will no longer let excuses dictate your future. Decide that from this day forward, you will live intentionally, grow consistently, and act courageously. Because when you choose to live this way, you do not just chase success, you attract it. You do not just dream of a better life, you build it. And as you keep showing up day after day with vision, discipline, growth, positivity, and fearless action, you will become exactly what you were created to be, unstoppable.